and trying to get guys back up to speed with week one approaching?
Got to get them up to speed. So whoever's ready, we got to get them ready, and that's my job. So, we got a guy Ryan Berger in at left guard right now. He flashes at times. He's got to get more consistent too. I think Bam's had a good camp. Van Wells, our center. I think Nathan Elu has had a good camp. He's been consistent. Love his smart and toughness. Right tackle, Morano's back. He's getting reps there. He's growing he's got a lot of rust. He hasn't played in a couple of years. So,
when you say a work in progress, just for this group as a whole, what's sticking right now that you're seeing positive, and where do you feel like is the biggest growth that they need to address?
Well, to me, like the great thing for us is what we see every day in Coach Bray's defense. We're seeing everything. We're seeing even front. We're seeing odd front. We're seeing bare front. We're seeing tons of pressure, so being alert to grow off of all that stuff, I think, is really good. So there's the progress, you know what I mean?
Coach Gunderson earlier last week spoke a lot about how important it is getting Van back as the O-line coach. What is it like, having a leader, veteran presence?
It's been great with Van. I like I said, I love. He's smart. He's detailed. He's a good technician. He's a physical guy. So that's a big difference from the spring to now.
Just talking more about the difference between the spring until now. When you took over this group, you kind of knew what you were getting yourself into. What do you think has been the biggest growth since the spring now into the second week of fall camp?
I really think they're buying into the technique that we're working on. So that to me is huge, and we're really working hard on that. I always like to say it's not what they do, it's what you do. You know what I mean? So mastering your technique, whether it's a run block or pass block, mastering the scheme, all that stuff. So the growth, I think, I've seen guys get better because of buying in the technique.
When you got guys that are banged up and other people having to fill in, you'd rather have those people be healthy and have everyone on step, but do you look at this opportunity as a growth opportunity for some of those that are getting filled in, to where now they have a little bit more experience when they may have to fill in coming this season when guys
100%. You know what I mean? To me, I've always been a guy that, you can't just say, hey, I'm a right tackle. You got to be able to play left tackle. Or if I'm a left guard, I got to be able to play right guard. I have seen a lot of growth from spring to now. So there are flashes. But I always like to say I want to be consistently good, not occasionally great. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about up front, being consistent.
As you start to kind of develop an offense, what is the conversations and connection like between the running backs and the offensive line, and how do you feel like that connection is coming?
Communication, I think, is huge. I think we're way better than we were in the springtime. I think everybody's locked into that, but I've seen growth there too, so that's big.
Tyler Voltin, the guy working his way back, but can you just say about him, his presence, his personality?
Big presence. Another guy, like, he's a leader. He knows how to act in a meeting room, how to work, how to take notes. He's a vocal guy, which is a rare thing today. A lot of people don't like to call guys out, but I love what he does, so I like him a lot.
Think he's old school in that way?
He's
maybe?
old school.
Yeah.
At what point do you need to have a five start working together and get familiar with each other, even if it might not be the five for week 6, but you got to start getting a five together for week 1?
Right. 2 weeks before at least, you know what I mean? I would love to have the opportunity to have them already, but they're not, so
We've seen
at least 2 weeks.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. We saw Will Larkin. He was a late add to the group. What have you seen out of him, and how do you kind of see him?
I think Will's getting better. He's growing. He's a smart guy. He's a physical guy. He just got to get to a level with the technique I'm teaching to really rise. So
How do you feel like you're relating to this group, and how
I think they're getting used to me.
They're getting used to you?
Yeah. So, but I think it's been good. The kids have been positive. I think they kind of like an old school guy.
Sure.
I like to call it tough love.
What do you think like the greatest strength right now you're seeing from this group is at this point?
I think they're coming together. That's the big thing, you know what I mean? Like I said, I just see a lot of flashes, so we got to get consistent.
We've talked to a number of players over the last couple of weeks, and they just keep bringing up what Malik means to the team. When you have a guy back there that guys believe in, what does that do for the offensive line, to have a guy that this is our guy, this is who we're blocking.
Well, I think
for.
it's huge. I look at Malik, I look at Hank. Today, you saw a freshman running out there that's a good player. So we got good backs, we got good receiver. We got to get our stuff together, you know what I mean? And we got to be able to keep them upright, right?
How have they dealt with that expectation to kind of know that, you know, they are a group that has a little bit less experience, but a lot is
Right.
expected out of them?
I think they're taking that, you know, opportunity and freaking excited about it, you know what I mean? I mean, you got a great quarterback, so we got to do our job.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Whole showing flashes, but still a lot to learn from in the next several weeks. How do you feel like the first couple of weeks of fall camp have been
Yeah,
going?
we're always in a constant state of improvement, so we're never at a spot where we're like, all right, we're fine, right? So as an O-line, collectively, we're all just got to get better every day.
What do you feel like you guys need to attack the most? Where do you feel like your biggest issues are right now that you need to address?
Mostly technique stuff, some scheme stuff, but yeah, I think most of it's just technique, just dialing in technique, making sure it's second nature for us when we go out there on Saturdays. Yeah.
How close do you feel like you are to that, you know, being confident enough in the scheme where you can go out and play with energy and tempo?
Oh, I already am. I'm perfectly fine. Like, I'm confident in all of us. It's just we have to get the technique all collectively, right? It's not just one person out there. We all have to collectively do it, right? So it's just about getting everyone on the same page, including myself. We got to get better every day. Yeah.
What do you look to in terms of you know, being vocal and being communicative with your teammates and kind of providing the sort of veteran experience that you do?
Past leadership. Jake Levingoods, the Henley Bloomfields, the Tollies, the Kippers, all those guys 3 or 4 years ago, 2 years ago. Those guys have been kind of like the role models to lead this squad.
And then, you know, in terms of your style of leadership, or you're somebody, Cav mentioned he's a brutally honest guy. Do you feel like you're maybe similar?
I'm pretty vocal, yeah. I feel like I'm pretty vocal. When stuff needs to be said, usually like me, Strand, or Time, I'll usually say it. But yeah, no, I feel like I'm a very vocal leader on the team.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of guys, you know, working their way back from stuff they dealt with over the last year. I mean, you know, how has that, you know, impacted sort of the lead into the season as far as preparation for the group?
I don't think it's meant much. I think it's fine. I think everything's good, going good right now. I think we got guys that like know their roles and the guys that lead, and it kind of just works out really well for us.
We always hear in football, you know, iron sharpens iron, and it feels like the D-line every time you guys are stepping on the field is you know, giving you guys a challenge, giving you guys an opportunity to grow. Just how is their presence this season, their kind of attack mentality, help you guys grow? And
Yeah,
be better?
they've gotten a lot better over the offseason. They're faster, stronger, all that stuff. It's just gonna make us better. You know, we're gonna have to sharpen our technique up. We're gonna have to get our schemes down really well because they're gonna do really good stuff on the other side too. And that's what, you know, who wins practice, all that stuff. But we're just all getting better.
Coach Cav just talked about the consistency. That's what he wants to see from you guys. Is that more of a individual effort to get that consistency? Is it a group effort? Does it take, like, how do you, when you hear that, like, what's your plan of attack to, like, find that within the next couple weeks?
It's more of a group effort, yeah. So it's like going in every day, we have to all be on the same page. Like if we're not on the same page, there's issues up front. That's just how O-line is. Like it's just gonna be like that. Technique-wise though, collectively getting better. Technique, iron sharpens iron, like you said. We gotta sharpen each other in individual drills. But yeah.
For you, how does this past year, you know, building back and, you know, how are you feeling right now as, you know, camp is going?
I feel good. A little sore, stiff some days with the knee, but strength trainers, PT, athletic trainers are all great. Coaches are great with it. They're really well. They work around it really well. I'm slowly getting back out there. Yeah.
How have you, what have you tried to do, you know, kind of mention the vocal leadership when you haven't been able to be out there or, you know, taking reps, you know, with the guys? How have you been able to make up for that, I guess?
I think whenever I'm around, I just try to be as vocal as I can. I think that goes the same for any of the other leaders in the line, right? Like you said, Strand's coming off an injury, but he's come back, right? So he's getting more of a vocal leadership. Timo's the same way. Bam's the same way. So it's stuff like that. Anytime I'm around the group, I try to lead them just from experience and from, like I said, past leaders, stuff like that.
You were off to a pretty great year last year before going down with the injury. I'm curious how that just kind of weighed on you mentally and what you're looking to do this year.
Oh, yeah, it was tough in the beginning because I had to start basically over. I had to start from scratch and learn how to like walk on it again and do all that stuff. But it feels really good right now. Like I said, the athletic trainers are great. Like they're helping us out every step of the way, monitoring it really well. So yeah, I'm ready to get back out there. So.
The Mohawk, what's the story?
So I live with a few linemen. Last year we buzz cut before fall camp. It's like a fall camp spirit thing, and we're like, I want to do something different. So we did a little something different this year. Strand stuck with the basic buzz cut, but me and Nate Elu, we got the Mohawks going. So
Nice.
All right, anything else? Thanks, John.
appreciate it.
It takes, he wants at least 2 weeks of guys working together to come together. As one of the guys, how long does it take to get used to working with the guys next to you? How much time do you need?
I mean, we've been working together since spring ball. I think just constantly being in meeting rooms together and just communicating, watching the film with the guys, you slowly build that relationship of trusting the guy next to you. I think just giving us all fall camp, we'll be ready to go.
Consistency was the main thing that Coach Cav talked about wanting to see from you guys. How much work do you feel like you guys still have to where you can achieve that, and where do you feel like the areas you need to attack to be able to achieve that?
I think every day, we talk about just getting 1% better every day, and I think we've been doing that, just slowly building to get to that consistency level. And I'm seeing we're getting close to getting that consistency every play where every guy is on their assignment.
Coach Cav's certainly a character. What's it like being in that offensive line group as a whole with him kind of at the front?
Oh, I love it. We just preach toughness and technique. He really gets the guys fired up and just motivated every day to attack the day.
How crucial is that when you're going through something like fall camp where it's like you guys are being beat up every day, and every day it's harder to come back and give that same energy? Just how helpful is that to have someone in the room who expects that out of you, and how do you think it'll pay off down the line?
I think it's really going to help us pay off. Just coming in every day and knowing he's going to bring that energy, and you got to match his energy and bring that energy with yourself to just attack the day and just get after it every day.
What's your mindset at this point in camp, obviously with injuries and just not playing a lot? Now having this opportunity to really play a big role. What's your mindset as we go through fall camp?
I'm just excited to be back. It's been a while. I love this game. Being able not to be a part of it over the last year and a half, and now being able to be here. I'm just excited to get back out there, and yeah.
With it kind of in the rear view now, what were those injuries you've been kind of nursing and working through?
Ruptured my Achilles and then labrum surgery.
Those are two big ones.
Yeah.
Kind of, what's the recovery been like? How did that kind of weigh on you?
It was definitely tough. It was last spring ball, 2 spring balls ago. So missed all of last season, but kind of just realizing how much I love this game and how much I've been dying to get back to it.
Feels like everyone is bought into Malik as the quarterback, just the energy he brings, the positivity. What's it like, protecting a quarterback like him, and how is he kind of bonded with the O-line group and gotten you guys kind of working all together?
Malik brings a great vibe. He comes every day with just excitement and just ready to get after it, hey, let's go, and just bringing us all together and just getting the O-line guys fired up.
Is there anything he says to you guys as a group, maybe before practice or when you guys get done, anything like that?
For every practice and after every practice, he comes up to each and every one of us, daps us up, good stuff today, great stuff, let's keep going, let's get better.
What's this group of O-linemen just this group of personalities and dudes in the room?
We got a whole bunch of different personalities in the room, and I feel like that's what you want in an O-line room, bringing all of the diversity together and that trust together just brings better strength to the O-line room.
This offense has, over the last couple of years, been pretty good at running the ball, maybe not as effective throwing the ball. As an offensive lineman, with the prospect of maybe being a little bit more balanced this year, what does that do for your job?
Hopefully just 50-50, run the ball well, opens up the pass game, throw the ball well, open up the run game, and just attack both.
All right, anything else? Thanks, John.
Cavanaugh, he says over and over again, he doesn't want offensive linemen that are locked into one spot.
Yep.
He wants you to be versatile. How do you feel like that fits your strengths and what you bring to the team?
Everyone can play every position. I feel like center is a little bit different just because you have to be able to snap the ball. But
Tackles can play the guard position, guards can play tackles, and it's really helpful when like injuries come into play later in the season. Guys can step up.
I want to talk about that because the group is slightly banged up with people still trying to get back. How important is this for some of the other guys to get some of these reps, the first teams or the second teams, to get that experience where they feel more prepared for the start of the season come week 1?
Yeah, it's huge for like some of the younger guys even to get these reps against the 1s and 2s on the defense. They're giving good looks. Like every day they're working on getting better every position. It's good.
Do you feel like now, maybe for you personally, with just the line as a whole, you're playing a little bit of catch up right now, just missing the spring and whatnot? Do you feel like you're in a good spot right now, or you're still catching up a little bit?
I feel like we're good. I don't think there's any catch up that we're playing right now. I think we're already back. A lot of us, like me, Volt, Timo, we're all injured last year, but we're still doing like all the stuff during spring ball, like just not the team reps necessarily.
What's it been like for you, working with Coach Cav, and what can you say about just that type of personality as your coach?
I love Cav. I love his aggression. He loves to get on our ass a little bit. Sorry, but it's good. It's good for us. It builds the toughness and technique. That's like our big overarching our goals, I guess.
Yeah, he's a big character builder.
Yeah.
It's kind of his vibe.
It's good.
I heard him swearing a little bit today in practice with me. Is that a typical thing? And how do you kind of get used to that? I mean, does it fire you up, I guess?
Yeah, it definitely gets us going. I feel like every kind of coach does that, But Cav he's getting us going. It's nice. It's nice. I like it.
You've been here a while, and during your time here, there have been some really, really good offensive lines.
Mm-hmm.
What does this group got to be to be a line that's up to the kind of the standards of that, Talise, Joshua sort of line that you had?
I mean, tough question. We got a great group of guys right now. They're a little bit younger, I feel like. So I feel like just getting us those reps against, like, in game even, it's just gonna make it easier for us to be like those guys in the future.
With some injuries and just consistency being a big goal, I can imagine that you're going to need some players to step up. As a room, how are you making sure, not so much on the field, but also off the field, that you guys are on the same page to build that consistency?
Sorry, can you say that again?
That was a long question. Essentially, what are you doing off the field to try and be more consistent on the field?
We meet as a group just by ourselves without the coaches every single day, about an hour before our actual meetings. Go over the film, teach the younger guys, teach the older guys even, and just going over it together, I feel like makes that like consistency build like day after day.
If Coach Cav showed up to practice tomorrow in full pads, where are you guys playing him on the line?
I'm giving Cav a quarterback spot. I feel like he would control the offense pretty good. Might not be able to see over, but
Not at center. He seems like he's kind of got the low to the ground, ability.
I like the quarterback. Get over there.
We talked about versatility. At what spot do you feel most at home? What spot do you feel like suits you best?
I like the tackle spot. I feel like I could play either side. I like left tackle specifically, just because that's what I've played majority of my career here, I guess. But I feel like left or right feels comfortable.
People talk about it, like the difficulty of switching between the two sides.
Mm-hmm.
How do you kind of approach that, and what is that difficulty?
It's just you just got to get reps on both sides. You're kind of like born with one like natural side, I guess, and I feel like for me that's the left side. But even if I'm switched over to the right side, it's just I got to get the reps at it, and then it becomes more of that natural side. Yeah.
Anything else? Thanks, Jacob.